how do you kind of create such a simple experience? Because I imagine it didn't start out so simple at the beginning.
That's a really good question. Simplicity is something that we think about a lot at ngrok and something that we focus on. Uh, when I think about it, there are a number of kind of like famous, often misattributed sayings that kind of revolve around simplicity. Things like I would have written a shorter letter if I had more time, or Exupery's quote about perfection is achieved when you can't remove anything else. Those are really good directionally about thinking directionally about how simplicity is a tremendous amount of work to achieve, right? You spend a lot of time thinking about what is truly important, what is most important to a user experience, and then trying to pull away all of the other pieces of it. It's interesting as developers, we're constantly caught between two things that we love. One is things that just work, and the other is the desire to be able to configure and twiddle every knob with software that we have. And so those are two kind of opposed problems of something that just works versus something that you can configure in every way. As a designer of those products, it's especially challenging because, we talk a lot about, well, how do we solve the 90% use case? That's, if you solve the 90% use case, you've built something, maybe you can keep it simple, right? By ignoring the complexities of that additional 10%. But, the other saying that is especially true for developers is that 10%, everyone's 10% is different, right? Of what they want to configure inside of your tool or your application. And so you have to make all of the things configurable. When you boil it down to well, given that problem space, you have folks who want to configure all the different pieces of your application, but you want to deliver something that is really simple and really delivers that magic moment that you experienced with ngrok, where you ran a single command, you imported a single line of code, and your application was online. You're really thinking about what are the choices that you can make as a product designer, as a API designer, that you're taking each of those knobs that you can configure and trying to decide what is the sanest default that I can find for them, or how can I delay that decision so that you can configure it, but you don't have to upfront, right? That I've made this sane choice for you, but it can be changed later. Building that kind of flexibility and flow into your app is certainly challenging. There are a lot of decisions that you make about what to default someone to that may not be the right for everyone. But that is really the product design struggle, and trying to put all these things together is finding that simple interface, and either removing unnecessary choices or delaying choices that you can find sane defaults for.